The lecture number 9 for the chapter matrices of class 12th, and we were discussing the miscellaneous exercise, and we have done in the last lecture up to question number 3. Now we are starting with question number 4. It is given that A as well as matrix B both are symmetric matrix, and you have to prove that AB minus BA is a skew symmetric matrix. So it is given that A and B both are symmetric, so we can write A transpose is equal to A and B transpose is equal to B. Now I have to prove AB minus BA as a skew symmetric matrix, so I have let that it is equal to Q. To prove that it is skew symmetric, I should prove that Q transpose should be equal to minus Q. So let it equal to Q, taking transpose on both sides. So AB minus BA का whole transpose equal to AB transpose minus BA transpose, and I know that there is a reversal law for the transpose for the product of the matrices, that is AB transpose will be equal to B transpose A transpose, that it will reverse. B transpose, it is A transpose, it will become A transpose into B transpose by reversal law. B transpose equal to B, A transpose is equal to A transpose equal to A, B transpose equal to B. It is given. So I take minus common from it, it will become AB minus BA. So it is equal to minus Q. So Q transpose equal to minus Q. So it means AB minus BA is a skew symmetric matrix. Now question number 5 is read it very carefully. It is given that rather you have to prove that B transpose AB is symmetric if A is symmetric, and B transpose AB is skew symmetric if A is skew symmetric. So there's a two parts in this question. That in the first part you have to prove that B transpose AB is symmetric if A is symmetric, and B transpose AB is skew symmetric if A is skew symmetric. That is, you have to prove that the transpose of this will be equal to B transpose A into B if A transpose equal to A, that is symmetric, and you have to prove that B transpose A into B ka whole transpose is equal to minus B transpose A into B, that is the transpose of this will be equal to minus of this if A transpose equal to minus A, that is if A is skew symmetric. So I have to prove this is equal to this if A transpose equal to A. So B transpose A, starting with the left hand side, B transpose A into B ka whole transpose using the reversal law. B transpose, A transpose, B double transpose is B, A transpose is given as A. So it is coming out to be the right hand side. Similarly, in the second part, I have to prove that B transpose A into B ka whole transpose equal to minus B transpose AB if A transpose equal to minus A. So use the reversal law in the left hand side. So B transpose, A transpose, B double transpose by using the reversal law. B transpose as it is, A transpose is given equal to minus A, and B double transpose is B. So it is coming out to be the right hand side, which you have to prove in this question. So this is the question number 5 of this miscellaneous exercise. Now in question number 6, it is given that A transpose into A is equal to I3, that is the product of a matrix and its transpose is equal to identity matrix. Then you have to find the value of x by z, and the value of matrix A is given as 0, 2, y, z. See in your book carefully, x, y minus z, x minus y, z, and the transpose of this you have to make 0 to y transpose. To make the transpose of this matrix, I am getting this, and I have to multiply these two. You know the multiplication of the matrix is first row, first column, I am getting 2x square. First row with second column, I am getting 0. First multiplying the first row with third column, I am getting 0. Multiplying the second row with first column, I am getting 0. Multiplying second row with second column, I am getting 6y square. And multiplying the second row with third column, I am getting 0. Multiplying the third row with first column, I am getting 0. Multiplying the third row with second column, you'll get 0. Multiplying the third row with third column, you'll get 3z square, and it is equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Equating them because they are equal matrices, corresponding element will be equal. The 2x square is equal to 1, 6y square is equal to 1, and 3z square is equal to 1. So you'll get x is equal to 1 upon root 2 plus minus, y will get 1 upon root 6 plus minus, and z is equal to 1 upon root 3 plus minus. Now in question number 7, the product of three matrices is given to be equal to 0, and you have to find the value of x. Now first of all, multiply these two matrices, and to product of these two you have to multiply with this matrix, and you'll get the value of x. Now because it is a 1 by 3 matrix and it is a 3 by 3 matrix, because the number of column of first is equal to number of rows of the second, so we can multiply, and the order of the resultant matrix will be 1 by 3. So 1 by 3, so it will be a row matrix, 1 row and 3 column. First row with first column I'm getting 2 plus 4 plus 1, multiplying the first row with second column I'm getting 2 plus 0 plus 0, multiplying this row with third column I'm getting 0 plus 2 plus 2. So it is 7, 2 and 4. Now I can multiply these two matrices also, because it is a 1 by 3 order and it is 3 by 1. So the order of the resultant matrix will be 1 by 1. That is, multiply first row with first column, you will getting this 0 plus 4 plus 4x equal to 0. So 4 plus 4x is equal to 0 and x equal to minus 1. Now in question number 10, it is a word problem. It is given that in two markets certain articles are being sold. In the first market, the first article sold is 10,000, the second article sold is 2,000, third article is sold is 18,000. The second market, the number of articles sold is 6,000, the number of articles sold is 20,000, and the number of articles sold is 8,000 in the market second. Now the selling price of each article is given, that is, the first article is being sold at a rate of 2.5 per article, the second article is being sold at a rate of 1.5, and the third is being sold at 1.0, that is rupees 1. Now you can find the total revenue which will be obtained by number of articles with the multiply with the cost per article. So you can multiply this matrix by this, you'll get the selling price in the first as well as in the second market. So this is the first matrix, this is the second, this is the 2 by 3 order matrix, this is by 3 by 1. So you can multiply, and the order of the resultant matrix will be 2 by 1. So first row with first column I am getting 46,000. This into this plus this into this plus this into this, I'll get 46,000. Multiply the second row with this column, 6,000 into 2.5, 20,000 plus 1.5, and 8,000 into 1, you'll get 53,000. So the selling price of the articles in the first market is 46,000, and the selling price or the total revenue in the second market is 53,000. Similarly, the cost price of each article is given as 2 for the first article, 1 for the second article, and 50 paise at the second article. So I've converted into rupees for the third article. Similarly, you'll get the cost price or in the first market and the second market for both the articles. So multiply the number of articles with the cost price of each, as we have done in the total revenue. Multiply first row with first column, you'll get the first element. Second row with second column, first column will get the second element. So 31,000 the total cost price of the article in the first market, and 36,000 is the total cost price of all the article in the second market. Now this is the selling price and this is the cost price. So the profit can be obtained by profit is equal to selling price minus cost to price. So subtract this this matrix from this, we'll get the profit in the first market and the profit in the second market, which is 15,000 and 17,000 respectively in the first and the second market. Now question number 11 is very important. See it very carefully. Now it is given that the product of these two matrices is equal to this matrix. You have to find the matrix X. Now how can you find this matrix X? First of all, we find the order of this matrix X. Now what will be the order of this matrix X? Let it will be P into Q. So matrix X whose order is P by Q. Now when you have to multiply this matrix with this, the number of column must be equal to the number of rows. So the value of Q will be equal to 2. So the number of column of this matrix A coming out to be 2. Now we know that the product of these two matrices is 2 by 3, and the order of the resultant matrix is equal to this into this. We have discussed in the beginning of this chapter, or in the multiplication of the matrices. So the value of P will be equal to 2. Now this will be equal to this and this will be equal to this. So the value of P will be equal to 2. So P and Q. So therefore the order of the matrix X is 2 by 2 because we have let the order of this matrix as P into Q. So we have find out the order of the matrix X. This is the very important. Now you can let the matrix X as 2 by 2 order be A, B, C, D. So replace the matrix X as A, B, C, D. Multiply these two matrices. You know how to multiply. 1a plus 4b, 2a plus 5b, 3a plus 6b, 1c plus 4c, 4d sorry, 3c, 2c plus 5d, 3c plus 6d in the left hand side. These two matrices are equal, equate them. Corresponding element, you are getting the equation a plus 4b is equal to minus 7 and 2a plus 5b is equal to minus 8. Solve these two equations, you'll get the value of a and b. C plus 4d is equal to 2 and 2c plus 5d is equal to 4. When you solve these two matrices, you will get the value of A, B, C and D. So solving, you are getting A as 1, B as minus 2, C as 2 and D is equal to 0. So therefore, the matrix X is A, B, C, D, replacing in it the value of A, B, C and D. This is the matrix X. It is an important question. Now in question number 13, it is given that a square is equal to I and the matrix A is given as alpha, beta, gamma and minus alpha, beta, gamma, minus alpha because a square is equal to A into A and it is given as 1, 0, 0, 1. Now multiply these two matrices carefully. Alpha square plus beta gamma, alpha beta minus alpha beta, second row with first column, alpha gamma minus alpha gamma, beta gamma plus alpha square. Now this is equal to 0, this is equal to 0. So alpha square plus beta gamma is equal to 1 and beta gamma plus alpha square is equal to 1. And this is coming out to be equal to 1 minus alpha square minus beta gamma, which is the option C. You see it very carefully. Now in question number 14, it is given that matrix A is symmetric as well, skew symmetric, and you have to find the matrix A. So it is given that A is symmetric, so A transpose equal to A and A transpose equal to minus A because it is given that it is symmetric as well as it is skew symmetric. So A transpose equal to A transpose equal to minus A, so therefore A will be equal to minus A. Take it to the left hand side, 2A is equal to 0, so A is equal to coming out to be 0, which is a null matrix. Now in the last question of this exercise, I plus A ka whole cube minus 7A, you have to find its value and it is given that A square is equal to A. To find the whole cube, A cube plus 3A square into B plus 3 into A B square plus A cube and minus 7A whole cube, A cube B cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square. Now I cube is I square is I, A square is A. For A cube you can write A square into A. For A square you can write A. So A into A become A square. Again for A square you can write A. I into A is A. I into A is A. So 3A, A square is A. That is 3A, A. 7A minus 7A equal to 0. So the value of this expression is coming out to be I. You have to simply find the whole cube in place of A square. Wherever you are getting A square, replace it A. You know that I into A is A, I square is I, and I cube is I. The cube of identity matrix is also identity matrix. So we have completed this chapter matrices. Revise it very carefully. You also have to do the solved example of this chapter matrices from the NCERT. Okay, thank you.